So the house is based in Eldico Greens, which happens to be in the heart of the city. And it is a very densely populated society, having almost a row house-like concept. So we had the front setback that we had to play from.
Whenever I go off to office in the morning and come back in the evening or late in the evening, it's a very welcoming thing, you know, opening the gate and entering inside. You feel as if this house is waiting for you to return. Hello, I'm Sangeeta. I'm a journalist by profession, and my husband recently retired from state government job, and now we are settled in this house, Chandavilla.
I'm Mayuri. I work as a software developer.
We have lived most of our lives in a government accommodation, which is almost a very airy place, lots of sunlight, light and sunshine. So when we decided on having our own house, it was these two things were the basic criteria.
Since the couple is a retired couple, they didn't want a lot of flashy elements or colors inside their scheme. So we used a lot of wood in that manner, and we had a very simple approach towards it. We used a lot of different elements, different artifacts and pieces, and blended it along with the warmth that we get from the wooden interiors.
In the first place, see, I personally had a fascination for exposed brickwork. In the early years of our marriage, we used to move around the city and we saw certain houses having exposed brickwork. So that was something that I must have mentioned sometime in my life that if we have a house, we'll have it this way. So that was one thing that we got to have here.
Since I did my bachelor's from Cept University, Ahmedabad, which happens to be an exposed brickwork marble structure, and so that gave me a lot of reference, and it also came in from the client. It became like an exciting project for us. So we wanted to do a very modern, simple facade design for them, which had ample openings onto the front side, along with which we juxtaposed the exposed brickwork onto it. So that became like a complex challenge for us, but we welcomed it anyway. We chose Fenesta because it happens to be one of the best service providers in this field, having one of the best sections in aluminium possible. We wanted to go with aluminium door windows, and we wanted to create large openings, in which Fenesta came in, helped us in our fenestration systems, so that we could achieve what we were aiming at, to get in more light and ventilation into the building. Once we started the house, it was more so a block of around 30 feet by 70 feet. So that happens to be around 2100 square feet. And we had houses on the left and the right itself. They had a 15 feet road in front of us. Then we had a tree cover, and then we had an apartment block right in front of us. So that once we look at it in section, it becomes interesting, as we had to look at the sun angle once we were creating all of these openings and spaces, and we had to use the front setback, and we keep recessing all the terraces further back, one after the other. So the ground floor, then the first floor, and then the second floor, so that it would allow for more sun to come into the building. We carved out a double height space in the center of the house, so that becomes our core. And then we had a small interactive courtyard at the backside, so which becomes a part of a private room. So the rooms are interacting through those courtyards. The 4 bedrooms turn towards those courtyards, and the initial double height space, that becomes the core. So all of the other activities, so the lounge area, the dining area, the drawing area, the kitchen area, all get connected right here at this court. Then we look at it, how the house we've planned is. We've planned it in two ways. So the front part, which is rather the public part, and the backside part, which happens to be the private. And then we create another nice terrace on the first floor, which happens to be a 500 square feet terrace, which happens to be used by the family itself. And they also had a requirement, since they had a staircase going from the outside part. So I think this project is different from the others, firstly in terms of its elevation, because it strikes a deep contrast from the surrounding neighborhood that it is based in.
There's this unhindered look from one corner to the house. Even standing outside in the lawn, we have a straight unhindered look from one corner to the other, and it gives a very spacious look.
Once we were conceptualizing its interiors, they had a lot of old furniture with them, which was, let's say, more than 50 years so from their marriage time.
We had acquired lots of things throughout our lives, and each and everything you have has emotional value for us. So we were not ready to give it away. We wanted to refurbish it, give it a modern look. That has been done with all the furniture, mostly the furniture part. For anyone who is building their own house, I would suggest to just live their dream, because that is one place, your home is one place where you get the maximum time to spend with your loved ones. And so I think they should sort of work on realizing whatever they had dreamt for, like we have done.